Hello, I'm Guillermo Vidal, host on this program that encourages you to age fearlessly. Now, today I want to talk about a pretty sensitive subject, and it's about my struggles of making peace with death. Now, as you well know, there comes a time in life when we realize that time's not ours to control. We watch as people we love, family, friends, mentors, they begin to leave us, and suddenly the world feels different. The air carries a quiet weight, and every goodbye echoes a little longer. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Now, those times seem very real for me right now, as Desiree, my life partner, and I have been dealing with the sudden death of her father. And now we're burdened not only by the loss, but the worry about how the grief will affect her aging mother's health. On top of that, I'm also having to deal with the loss of a dear and close mentor or friend, as well as the suddenly declining health of both my brothers, who, by the way, are just a year and a half older than me. So the puzzle for me is this: how do I make peace with something so inevitable yet deeply painful? Now, first, I must acknowledge that the thought of my own death exposes a lot of my own fears. Fear of the unknown, fear of separation, fear of what comes next. Nobody knows. But I know I cannot avoid facing these inner fears, because fears, as I have learned, thrive in avoidance. I've learned in the past that when I have faced my fears, when I have sat with them, named them, and allowed myself to feel them, they begin to lose their grip on me. So in naming and confronting my fear of death, my higher self led me on an effort to think differently about death. In essence, to redefine it. So here's what I've concluded so far in providing a new meaning for death, and I want to share with you. I believe that death, just as nature teaches us with all kinds of examples, is not the opposite of life. It's part of it. Just as the sun sets to welcome the night, as the seasons shift to renew the earth, so too do we complete our own cycles. Death is not an erasure, it's a transition. But my thoughts do not end by just redefining what I believe about death. Death, I think, also serves as a gateway for us to honor the ones we lose. We carry them in the way we speak, in the way we help others, in the way we choose to live fully, even when grief tries to tell us otherwise. The present does not vanish, it transforms. Death also urges us to find meaning in the present. By this, I don't mean that you live each day like it is your last, but rather treating each day like a curious child, like it is your first. This is an important distinction, because peace comes not from resisting the inevitable, but from embracing the life we have left. It's in the laughter we share, the kindness we give, and the love we express without hesitation. Now, in order to accept that death is a transition, we have to put our trust in continuity. Whether through faith, memory, or legacy, life does not end, it evolves. The love we give, the lessons we learn, the impact we make, they ripple beyond our time here. You've noticed that. So today, let's take a moment not to mourn, but to celebrate. For every tear we shed for a loved one we lost, let there be laughter that reminds us of the joy they brought into our lives. For every sorrow, let there be gratitude for the time we had with them. For every loss, let there be promise that we will live boldly, love deeply, and cherish every second we are given. Because in the end, the best way to make peace with death is not to focus on the absence, is to fill the space with meaning, with purpose, and love. See you soon.